I didn't see you guys there. Do you like my new glasses? These are my special empathy glasses. You guys don't know what empathy is? Oh, I have the perfect book for you. Wow, I should really read it, especially if my glasses fell off. The book is called Stand in My Shoes. Have you ever stood in someone else's shoes? If they're not your size, it can be really, really difficult. Let's see what happens in this book. Emily, this is the 4th time you've barged into my room. I am trying to study for a big test. Oh, looks like big sister is studying for something, but little sister wants to find her. I just want to talk to you, Emily whined. Alicia closed her book and said, "Can't you have a little empathy?" Emily had no idea what her big sister meant. What's empathy? Empathy is when you understand how someone is feeling because you imagine what it's like to stand in their shoes. People are grateful when you notice how they feel. I'm worried about my test and I'd really appreciate it if you'd scram so I can study. Emily was grumpy as she left her sister's room, but she thought about Alicia's words. Would people really appreciate it if she noticed how they felt? The next morning, Emily went to the kitchen for breakfast. Her dad was making coffee and had spilled some coffee grounds. He didn't look very happy. "Dad, are you in a hurry?" she asked. "Yes, sweetie, I have a big presentation at work and need to get going." Emily found a wet dish rag. "You look tired, Dad. How about if I clean up the coffee while you get your other stuff together? Would that help?" For a moment, Dad just looked at her, then he hugged her. "You are the best, Em," he said as he grabbed his coat and hurried out the door. She helped her dad so he could get to work. It was drizzling outside as Emily waited for the school bus. As it pulled up, one of the older kids accidentally knocked into a little girl as she was getting onto the bus. Rosie lost her balance and sat down hard on the wet cement. "Hey!" yelled Emily. "Watch out for the little kids." Then Emily turned to the little girl. "Well, that's a yucky way to start the day." "I'm okay," Rosie replied, as she struggled with her heavy backpack. Emily took Rosie's hand and pulled her up, then helped her onto the bus. She's really looking for people to help and see how they feel. In class, Mrs. Fitch was not her usual laughing self. After the morning writing lesson, Mrs. Fitch went back to her desk instead of walking around the classroom like she usually did. Emily noticed that her teacher's eyes were red and that she wiped her nose on a tissue. "Mrs. Fitch, is there something wrong?" "My little dog Buster died last night," she said quietly. "He was very sick. We were hoping he'd get better, but he didn't." "Oh no," said Emily. "I'm not sure how you feel, but it has to hurt." "It does. Thank you for asking." In the cafeteria, she noticed Mrs. Waddles struggling to lift a tray of steamed vegetables into its place on the serving line. "That sure looks heavy," Emily said. "It is," Mrs. Waddles said. "I get a workout every day when I serve lunch." "That's quite a lot of stuff," Emily said to Mr. Raymond as he pushed the cart down the hallway. "I just hope I don't run somebody over." Emily decided to walk in front of the cart, yelling in a loud, clear voice, "Coming through! Art cart coming through!" She has been helping all these people. "Get out of my way," Tommy said as he pushed Samantha, Emily's friend, out of line. "It's my turn." Tommy did this a lot at recess. "Tommy, how'd you like it if I pushed you out of line when you were waiting your turn?" "Probably not good," Tommy replied. "I love the tire swing. Samantha loves it as much as you do, so don't push her and try to take cuts, okay?" "Sorry," mumbled Tommy as he walked to the end of the line. After school, Mr. Peterson said, "Hello, Emily. I hope you had a wonderful day." She stopped and looked at him. "I did have a wonderful day, but Mr. Peterson, every day you say something nice to me. You never forget." "I As she walked to her seat, Emily could hear Mr. Peterson greet each child as they got on the bus. She sat down next to Samantha. When the seats were almost full, Rosie rushed onto the bus out of breath. Do you remember who Rosie is? Rosie is the little girl who got pushed down before they went on the bus this morning. Oh no, there isn't a place for me. Emily nudged Samantha and then asked her to slide over. Rosie, you can sit with us. I can? Thanks. Look at her face. Oh, they have made her feel so good. When Emily got home, her mom asked, How was your day, Em? You looked deep in thought. I'm fine, but I'm wondering about something. What's that? You always seem to notice how I'm feeling. Part of being a mom. How about you? Who notices how you're feeling? Asked Emily. Have you ever asked your mom how she feels? Wow, Em, said her mom. That's a very thoughtful question. I guess the answer is Aunt Carla and my friends Nancy and Shauna, and mostly your dad. Sometimes Alicia and now you. Why do you ask? Just wondering, said Emily. I'm starving. Is there anything good for a snack? Let's make something together. It was almost bedtime. Emily could see Alicia studying in her room. Instead of barging in, Emily knocked on the door. Can I come in? Or are you busy? You look like you want to talk, said Alicia. Come on in. I've been noticing how people feel, Emily said. You know, that empathy stuff. So what happened? What did you learn? People really like it when you recognize how they feel. Just noticing seems to touch their hearts. You got it, Em. But there's something more. When I care enough to notice how others feel, something changes inside of me, Emily explained. It sounds like you enjoy that feeling. Yes, I do, replied Emily. Good. Now get out of here so I can study. So, we've been learning that empathy is asking other people how they feel, but also noticing that you can help others when they aren't feeling very good. So, I want you to pretend that you have your own empathy glasses. Look around, ask people how they're feeling. You can ask them how their heart is feeling. You can ask them if they need help. These are all good ways to practice empathy.